What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button so you can see when my videos are dropping. Guys, this is Stargirl Summer School episode 12, and we catch up with Dr. Charles Mid-Nite, and we see signs of him being that famous detective and brilliant forward-thinking medical pioneer when talking to Beth. It was so much fun seeing them sort of bounce off each other and how warm and friendly they were, and it was almost like they were on the same level, and we've just never really seen both of those characters have that before. And he came over as assertive, direct, showed a lot of planning and leadership, and you have to think that countless times he was able to work with the JSA and help them solve countless amount of mysteries, dangerous fights that they had to do with his planning. He also talked about what I said last week about his new special goggles, equipped with an AI, and how he was able to transfer the signal not only to a drone pair of glasses that he currently wears, a little bit like Mac Murdock, but that one can dual connect with Beth's older pair for double the processing power. Now, we know he was named Chuck by Beth, and we knew this through their conversations together. So he told her to name him that, which I thought was really cute. He's really gravitated towards Beth. It's so nice to see. So finally, this social reject and nerd in Beth has found a friend and mentor that she'd hoped for all along. Similar interests, similar intellect. So what is there to really know about Charles Mid-Nite? Every week I normally talk about a character, so let's sort of discuss him. As a blind character, Dr. Mid-Nite is widely regarded as one of the first superheroes in comics to exhibit a physical impairment, predating the creation of Daredevil, of course. So Daredevil could be a product of, obviously, which a lot of Marvel characters are, of earlier DC characters. Unlike what we see, he's actually a metahuman in the comics who has the ability to see perfectly in the dark. Mid-Nite also employs blackout bombs, which release a black light gas that blinds villains, yet allows Mid-Nite to be the only person who can see. So he seems to also value Pat Dugan as well in this episode, and we've seen some of the members haven't shared that kind of respect. One thing they haven't really talked about on the show is that he's very long-lived. Charles has been alive since 1914, making him 107 years old. Not strange, really, when we know that Richard Swift was 208 years old. But he's known for his technological skills that made him a formidable adversary of the ISA member, the Gambler. So the series is still very light on action, guys. I know some people talk about it every week, and, I am listening. I do hear what you guys are saying. But there's so much gravy in this. There's so much world building. There's so much character development that I don't really too mind it, to be honest. We're at the point where the viewers have settled on this being a heavy exposition season rather than a lot of action. And there's a lot of explaining, as I said before, and there's plenty of great moments between certain characters, and the tone is also perfect. It's like got that kind of Goonies horror tone, that sort of child mystery tone, which a lot of shows fail to capture. So Pat and Rick's uncle is where we got to see that soldier side of Starman's partner in Stripesy, who, by the way, was a superb acrobat and hand-to-hand combatant in the comics. And Pat helps Chuck get comfortable in his suit, and also Cindy helps Courtney rebuild her friendship with Yolanda. Yes, I know, wasn't expecting that, but you could see the look on Cindy's face when Courtney failed to bring Yolanda back into the team. That hurt may have come from the fact that Cindy has no one. And after seeing Courtney and Barbara hug each other in the kitchen and share a gentle moment together, not to mention, by the way, Barbara making Cindy a nice sandwich, which may have started the process of peeling away that onion shell of Cindy's. Anyway, who knows, yeah? Maybe she's becoming softer. But at first, Yolanda wouldn't return to help. She already murdered 2 people. That's when Cindy watches from a distance and steps in. She tells Yolanda that they don't need her and she's weak, and Cindy taunts her about teaming up with Courtney as a way of stepping in front of Yolanda and being Courtney's new BFF. So you think back to season 1 when that's actually what Courtney wanted, and the fear and anger in Yolanda is what caused her to return back into the team, or for now anyway. So Mike finally tracks down Jakeem and talks to him about who the Thunderbolt chose. Mike tells him that to keep the pen, and he doesn't really need the pen back or the power. He just wants to save the world. But Jakeem hasn't figured out the rules yet. And I think that's where Mike can step in and help him so that relationship will bond. And it will become good for the both of them. Ordering Chinese food, Thunderbolt actually going to China was a nice little touch. Also, Cosmo is good, everybody. The cosmic staff is healed and repaired. And it looks like Stripe's mech isn't too far from being finished either. Poor old Zeke. He must be working on that thing night and day and getting no love and respect for it. Boy, someone's going to have to go and take him out for a drink at some point. But Cindy tells Courtney to be ready for evil if they are ever going to beat Eclipso. And that's important to the viewer because Pat was willing to do just that to save Rick. Also, it's not clear what's going on with Jade. The episode starts 4 hours earlier before checking out that smaller signal of Shades, which I actually said last week was her brother. Now, it turned out to be a Shadowland parasite that jumped on her ring and continues to sort of corrupt her and cause her nightmares. Now, I don't know what it's doing in a negative or positive way, but I'll come to that in a minute. But this is where we see both Beth and Charles step into Bruce Gordon. Bruce Gordon, the little kid by the way, tells them that the darkness is within Courtney and he needs them to all be there. He's going to be their god. And going back to Jade, she has visions of seeing Courtney turning evil. Now there's a lot to look forward to in the final episode. Courtney turning into a Sith, Jakeem saving the day, Cindy having to react to Courtney's turning evil, Yolanda also being faced with the same thing of her best friend, after pleading with her that things could go bad. I thought that was a touch there where Courtney said to Yolanda, look, I need your help. I don't think we're going to get out of this. It's going to get really bad. And I think Yolanda seeing Courtney turning evil will be the answer to that. And that alone means there will be twists and turns that will keep us on the edge of our seat. And let's not forget, Pemberton is still out there. For me, it's the perfect time for him to make himself known to the team. Also, in Season 1 and earlier this month, I talked about Rick's ability to learn from his father's books and make a better version of the serum that gives him strength. Now it seems that, and that's another theory of mine, that has come to fruition, and it may be the case. Now, there's always the chance that Cindy could have turned evil on Courtney. Now, it might seem that Cindy may be her only chance of breaking her free. This is the evil Cindy talked about, and maybe they have to learn to work together to make that work. Two unlikely characters to find common ground for the greater good. I love this episode, guys. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. But I want to understand where you guys are coming from, because some of the negative feedback that I'm hearing from this season is that there is a lack of action, they're saving on budget because of the move to CW, and that they're leaving characters like Starman on the shelf and not really giving us too much of that. Another thing that's been talked about is 13 episodes enough for a season? I've made comments on social media that talks about the perfect solution is 16 episodes. That's what they've done for Superman and Lois. And you can see that really works for them. 13 is just not enough. And maybe 22 with the Flash episodes and Arrow are probably stringing it out a bit too long. So I think 16 is the perfect solution. And I'm not sure why they haven't done that. Maybe the writers and producers will talk to CW about having an extension on the show, because I think it's unfair to have so much love for this show, so much exciting episodes, enjoyable, every single one of them enjoyable, and just not have enough of it. You can eke out another 3 episodes. There's no stopping that at all. But for me, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. So guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Peace out.